To ADHD at Redline, and welcome to our new weekly segment, Tool Time with Chris. We're going to be discussing my favourite tools, why I use them, and where you can get them from. This is one of my favourite tools. No, this is not a screwdriver or a scrapey thing. This is in fact a test light that I've got tangled up, but we're going to untangle that right now. That's what we're going to do. This would always be tangled in your toolbox. It doesn't matter how much time you take to curl it up nice and neat, put it away nice and neat. When you come to it, it will look like a bird's nest has been here. But nonetheless, this is one of my favourite diagnostics tools. There's a couple of reasons. You can't blow shit up with this. Okay, if you poke something in the wrong place, this isn't going to blow up. And it's really simple. You connect one side to the live, you connect the other side to the earth, or the other way around, and it will tell you if you have electricity. And if any of you know anything about electricity, motorcycles and motorcycle wiring, you need electricity to make things work. And this tests whether you've got electricity. What if you can't diagnose the problem with this? What if you've got a sensor problem? Okay, you might need to check it with one of these. This is commonly known as a multimeter. Now I'm going to come up to the camera and show you this multimeter. This multimeter is a Mac Tools multimeter, and it's bollocks. Whereas this one here is a Sealy multimeter. What's the problem with the Mac Tools multimeter? It just doesn't ever seem to be very reliable. The battery runs fat in it continuously, and it constantly, like the display constantly pops in and out. Whereas this one, I've had this one for 10 years, as you can tell, it's battered, but it actually does its job really well. A good multimeter will cost you anywhere from £100 to £300 for a fluke one, and a cheap multimeter from Lidl's will cost you about £5. As I teach you about the electronic repair of motorcycles, you will need these. And you'll notice I've got several of them. These are wire crimping tools, and you will never, ever have the right one. So you will buy one to do one type of crimp, you will buy another to do another type of crimp, and another to do a different type of crimp, and then you'll have this one that I've never used and it's utter shit. Of course, you can't use a crimp tool if you haven't got a stripper, and I don't mean the one that you put £20 in her pants. I'm on about these, wire strippers. I have two different types of wire strippers, these being my favourite, my Mac Tools ones, although they're very old now and starting to wear out, and these ones, which you strip the wire this way, don't put your fingers in there and pull the trigger, okay? Again, not a lot of money, £15, £20, about £8 or £9 off of Amazon. Spend £20 on these, don't get the STDs. Now, I'm going to show you a set of terminals that I use, and hopefully I don't drop them all over the floor, because that would not be funny. You can go and get these. These are a Chinese copy of Deutsch connectors, okay, but they're actually pretty good. Now, I would say Deutsch connectors were made in China, but they're not. They're made up the road where I live in Hastings. But I use these connectors. They're very good. They come with everything you need, from the waterproofing sleeve to the terminals, and they go right up to 12-pin terminals. About 15 quid off of Amazon. Heat shrink. If you're working on electronics, you need heat shrink. Let me come closer to the camera and show you the heat shrink I use. I use wire-free. That's obviously Chinese from Amazon heat shrink. But this stuff here has a glue inside it that when you recover it, because that's what you do when you heat it up, the glue comes out stopping any water ingress into your perfect terminal connections and your wiring, giving you longevity. Every garage who works on modern vehicles, cars, motorbikes or trucks, needs a 16-pin OBD reader, okay? You can get these now on Amazon for 20 or 30 quid that will just tell you the code. If you know the code, you know where to look. If you know where to look, you know how to diagnose a problem. You don't need £1,000 worth of code reader. You need a 40 or 50 quid one, just to give you an idea. We will leave a link to tools or similar tools in the description below. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. But I'm at Redline with my ADHD now. I'm out.